a product or a solution is a tool which can help solve a problem. I would say, the poem is in your mind, write it on a piece of paper. The paper is white, that's Creator. The greater point about Creator is where others' applications don't fit, right? Like you have the CRM at a broad scale, you have, books and all people and all that. When all these applications don't fit, that's the God which comes in, right?
Today at Creator Conversations, we have an amazing guest, Amit, who is the General Manager at Aarialife Technologies, a Zoho Creator partner organization. Not all heroes wear caps, and Amit proves this as he shares how Creator scoops in to save the day for the businesses in need. From just using this as a bridging tool among the other Zoho suite of applications to unleashing its full potential, Amit shares how Creator acts as a powerful tool to transform businesses and achieve incredible results. Dive into this podcast and learn more from his tale. Hi Amit ji, welcome to our show. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you, Sir, for having me here.
Perfect. So I went across your LinkedIn profile and I came across this line which is written by one of your ex-colleague, I believe. He mentioned that if you want to know anything about technology and want to leverage technology for your business, Amit is the right person. So can you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Okay, so I'll give you a background and then maybe we'll take it up from there. I as a person, I predominantly am a tech guy, till 2008, and after that, more into sales and marketing kind of stuff. So even from my education perspective, I did my master's in computer application, and then I did my master in business administration as well. So that gives me a good perspective of what the business needs and what technology can provide, which indirectly helps me focus on the problems of the customer rather than jumping to a product or a solution directly. What I believe is, a product or a solution is a tool which can help solve a problem, but if the problem is not well known, no tool can help it. Right? So that's where my thought process is more focused on, thinking about customers' problems than thinking about what products and what tools to use.
Perfect. Can you tell us more about Aarialife? Like, when did you guys start? What do you do? Where are you based out of? And what's your employee count currently?
Sure. So as a company, Aarialife, we started back in 2018. Now we are based in India, Middle East, and the North American region, including Canada. That's where we are spread across. Our customers are spread across as well as our employees. We are right now around 62 employees in total across, predominantly catering to Zoho as a technology as well as Oracle NetSuite as a technology. So we have two portfolios with us as of now.
Perfect. Any initial challenges you stumbled upon when you started you're one of the co-founder, right? You would have stumbled upon a couple of challenges when you started Aarialife. Were there any, and what were your learnings out of it?
When we speak about challenges, yes, we did have challenges at the initial stages when we started the Zoho practice, because predominantly I and the whole team came from Oracle NetSuite practice, which the projects were minimum 4 months to spanning to 2 years across. Zoho as a product at that point in time catered to small and medium scale companies. Specifically, we cater to those kind of companies. But because of the team's mindset of catering to larger customers and the way the process was there, we could not complete Zoho projects in a short duration, because generally Zoho projects were a month and a half long kind of things, right? That was a challenge. Slowly and steadily, we learned with it. Now we are coping much better with it. We now understand, okay, how to do quick implementations, how to do implementations for large enterprise, how to do implementations for small enterprise. And that's where we have been now.
With time, we keep learning and keep growing.
Yes.
Perfect. How did you stumble upon Creator? Stumble upon Zoho before we talk about Creator? How did you stumble upon Zoho?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, right, predominantly when we started, backgrounds influenced us to go with Oracle NetSuite because that was whole baggage we carried across with us. But the cost-effective nature of Zoho is such which we thought would be more beneficial to our Indian customers, and that's the reason. After evaluating a lot of products across in the market, we thought that Zoho would be a good fit. Also, obviously, we had some influence about on coming from Sridhar and Busar, which actually made it easier for us to decide that this is a company to go with.
So Zoho has many offerings out there, right? It's now today it's like more than like 60 plus products when we spoke a bit earlier before the podcast. So how do you evaluate like which particular platform is the right for your customer? If a customer comes to you with a business problem, how do you go for the evaluations?
So one thing is we do not focus as a company. We do not focus across those 60 products because it's practically impossible to look at everything as such, right? So we stick to our course. We uh, predominantly work with Creator, Analytics, CRM. I mean, obviously the CRM comes with the CRM Plus and stuff like that, and Zoho People. That's our core. There are a lot of applications out there, but those applications come in as a gap fit arrangements to us in the whole process. So the way we go ahead with the customer is we first understand the problem definition. We chart down of what processes would be required. We chart down what are the major applications which will fit in that whole process, and then we try to look at other offerings of Zoho, saying that okay, what more can be used for more automation, because other products are more of automation products from Zoho. Right? That's the way we go ahead with it.
Perfect. You mentioned about Creator. How did you come across low-code platform like a Creator?
Uh, so we took on Zoho Practice predominantly for its CRM offering, okay, because we wanted to go with in the market as a CRM company. My background being ERP, CRM was the only thing which we thought of at that point in time. While we did few implementations, there were gaps in CRM which were not catering to specialized processes for customers, and that's where we started using Creator to have it as a gap fit arrangement inside CRM. This continued for other applications, like we had to build some applications while we catered to our Zoho People customers, while we catered to Zoho Books customers. That was then. Everything, the ecosystem has matured a lot now, right? So with the ecosystem maturing now, we are able to build specialized offerings using only the Creator platform without any integration of third party or with also. So in some cases, when bespoke requirements come which cannot be catered to broader applications available in the market, our first preference is to use Creator to build the whole thing, and then maybe use parallel apps. For example, a lot of times we create the whole CRM system inside Creator and integrate it with books because it's a specialized way of doing things, not the standard way of things. We have also done kind of people product, okay, on Creator, because people was not fitting into the processes, so we had to build a whole HR management system inside Creator and then integrate it with projects and stuff like that. So a lot of times now Creator is becoming the core and other applications becoming ancillary, whereas earlier when we started, other applications were our core and Creator was a gap fit solution for a lot of things which couldn't be done in those applications.
Perfect. So you've seen Creator evolved over these years. Any particular customer story which you looked like a very challenging one for you, but turned out to be a very rewarding one later?
Yeah, absolutely. With Creator, there's one good thing is you might not be, it might not be a very big application developed, but it might have a lot of logic inside. So a very small application with big logic inside it. One instance is for a hair and beauty company, wherein they wanted to open their franchises, expand across India and outside India as well. So they had a very specific logic on what kind of franchise should be opened at what distance. Because a lot of franchises were applying to them. So when they apply on the website, this data actually comes into the Creator platform, and then the Creator decides, okay, whether to approve it, not to approve it based on the distance of other franchise which are approved in the system, kind of a very small application for. But from a business point of view, when there are thousands of applications coming, it makes a lot of sense because the system tells you, okay, this is a good fit for you, this is not a good fit for you, kind of.
You have worked personally on the creator platform, right? Have you like how do you feel the product has evolved over these years when you started to the present date?
Okay, so I'm not as much hands-on as you think on Creator, but yes, I have been looking around the development on multiple applications. Definitely, there are a lot of things which have evolved over time on Creator. When we first looked at Creator, as I mentioned, it was more of a gap fit solution where we could build small applications on Creator and plug it into some of the other products offerings from Zoho or other altogether. Now, as I said, it's more powerful in terms of the scalability, the width of applications, the features, even with RPA and other states, other products coming from Zoho, which integrates with Creator. It makes a lot of sense to build bespoke, custom processed applications on Creator. So it's kind of a game changing thing happening now. And I hope that in the next 2-3 years we would see more and more of automation and AI coming in the system as well.
Perfect. You mentioned about AI. So, what's your take on it? Like in the initial couple of months earlier, we had a talk. Like it seemed like a threat to a couple of people. It seemed like an opportunity for companies like Zoho and all. So, what's your take on AI, and how do you see it growing with these Zoho products?
I mean, I never think it as a threat because at the end it's created by a human. Okay. Now there are people who says that jobs will go and stuff like that, but that's a evaluation altogether, right? So I recently heard of a job opening which is called as prompt engineering. So I don't know what it is, but yeah. So that this happened during the industrial era as well. When automation came into the picture, they said jobs will go, but it's not about jobs going. It's about the profiles changing, right? So in my father's generation, we had a different profile, all government employee jobs and stuff like that. My generation, I'm talking about all IT jobs and stuff like that. Maybe my future generations will have a different job profile altogether, which is more relevant.
Perfect. Apart from the usual questions, let's play a quick rapid fire with you, Amitji. So, your favorite Zoho Creator feature?
I would not say it's a feature as such, but okay, it's a rapid fire, but I will take some time here. The best part with Zoho Creator is when you build the application on Creator Web, you can also publish it on iOS and Android. So in a long run, the maintainability becomes very, very less because anytime you need to change something, just change it in one place and it gets published to multiple. That's the best thing I feel.
Perfect. Awesome. What's your favorite thing about being a Zoho partner?
The culture of Zoho and all of you guys.
Thank you so much for that. What's the one word which you would use to describe Creator? If you could give a tagline to Creator, let's say, if you could give a tagline to Creator, what would it be?
That's a tough question. But I would say, the poem is in your mind, write it on a piece of paper. The paper is white, that's Creator.
Oh, that's beautiful, actually. Thank you so much for that. What's one skill you always wanted to learn, but you never got a chance to do it?
Code and deluge. I tried it for 4 times. So every time I want to do something in my CRM and my team is busy, okay, I said, okay, let me try and do it. So I tried to write a piece of code, get stuff done. Same thing I tried in Creator. But then what happens is we get busy in other aspects of the business and then that goes on backstage.
What are your future goals with Creator, in specific with Aarialife? How are you seeing the partnership going forward?
Right. So we have been selling Creator a bit now because earlier, as I said, it was more on the CRM and other products. But since last year, we have been doing a bit of Creator and specialized apps on Creator. We see a good potential on Creator to build very, very industry specific applications. We are looking at fintech as one because for some reason we have got a good amount of fintech customers with us. Although we have not been very industry specific till now, but I feel that we can have that as spearhead for us going forward.
Do you feel Creator is specific to particular industries, or like is it for
No, it's not. It's not. But the greater point about creator is where others' applications don't fit, right? Like you have the CRM at a broad scale. You have, books and all people and all that. When all these applications don't fit, that's the God which comes in, right? Right. So, and then the work happens on that, and that's the world he creates on the page, right? So that's how I would put it across.
perfect? Any other technology, let's say, not just Zoho offerings, but any other technology that impressed you in the recent times?
Um,
That felt like, oh, this is going to be a change for a couple of businesses out there. What is that one
No,
thing?
it started all with ChatGPT, right? Because I think I have written release also in ChatGPT.
Oh,
Because you check it out. They give you, even now Bard gives it out. So if you tell them that, okay, give me a release code, it gives you a release code.
oh, perfect. Okay. Anything like okay, to end this podcast on a more sweeter note, what's one learning you would love to share with our audience before you leave the show?
I mean, learning in terms of
It could be your professional as well as your personal. Anything you would love to share it with us.
yeah. So never think of any technology as the second choice. I would put it that way, because, and I have a reason for this, because when we started with Zoho, we took it as a second choice. It was a secondary option for us. But now we are realizing that the growth in Zoho is much more than the other portfolios we used to do. So we never underestimate anything, because there is a potential at some point somewhere.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Amit ji. It's been a beautiful conversation. Thank you so much for joining us here. It's a pleasure. It was again a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure to have you.